Though most radio stations available in the U.S. South range from digits in the late 80s to digits in the early 100s, there does exist an anomaly seen in a certain 2006 model stereo systems from the same year. This anomaly was discovered in 2007 by the late Franklin Peters, who had been traveling with his then partner Rebecca Smith. The couple was traveling from Phoenix, Arizona to Las Vegas, Nevada for their friend Marissa Russell's birthday. Smith had recalled that two of them had been left at home later, and then they had awaited for her, and Peters had gone into an argument about something pertaining to their luggage. This discussion has ultimately resulted in them leaving around 3:30 p.m. The couple had planned on taking a detour towards the Grand Canyon, but had found out that it had been nearly impossible given the time and rate at which they had been traveling. Smith recalled stopping at a restaurant sometime around during the journey and entering it on their own. Peters would remain in the car. When Smith returned with their food, Peters has seemed agitated. Upon asking what was wrong, Peters described to her what had been discovered. As Smith describes, he spoke to her very excitedly. He explained to her how his boredom was turning the radio dial next randomly before accidentally stumbling upon what he believed to be a secret radio station. Peters explained that the radio was turned to a frequency of 44.861, a frequency which would have been otherwise impossible if not for the specific stereo model's design. According to Peters' partner, Peters had a photographic memory, hence why the resemblance of the method access to the channel. The method, although previously believed to be dangerous, given the radio station's recent termination, has since been determined as perfectly safe, using details and buttons that one could only find as model of the stereo. Peters described as follows: bear in mind that the vehicle must be stationary. Using turning the knob, place the fingernail in the indication as close to the apex of the knob as possible, and turn it exactly clockwise, exactly 720 degrees. Press the volume knob inward and mute the radio. If the radio is muted, repeat the same method done in reverse. Turn the knob up 720 degrees counterclockwise. Unmute the radio. Tune to the radio station between 102.9 and 106.7. Numerous cases have described anything with this range, ultimately working. Opening the stereo's menu options and tune to the bass level to level 6. Mute the radio. Unmute and turn the knob exactly 1080 degrees clockwise. Mute the radio. Unmute and repeat the previous step in reverse. If the station is within the range of 87.5 and 92.3, repeatedly press the mute and unmute button until the numbers on the display become distorted. Soon the digits on the radio should begin to take the shape of an aforementioned frequency, 44.61. Individuals having succeeded in this method have reported hearing segments of popular songs from the 80s and 70s being faintly played throughout the constant static. It is believed that the station was designed to take bites from another radio stations, as a sort of permanent preview for the radio station. Reports claim that they heard noises such as increasingly loud shouting of an adult male, the shattering glass, banging on different materials, the most common being wood, low-toned voices speaking of plots to rob or kill certain individuals, and an adult female repeating a series of numbers, in language ranging from English to Spanish, Romanian, Mandarin, and Latin. It is believed that the majority of the sounds heard were also taken from the adverts heard on the other radio stations. However, many speculate that the radio sound bites are taken out from not just random at all, but are, in fact, carefully organized by codes and form the titles of the songs played, such as Rings of Fire by Johnny Cash, Runaway by Del Shannon, She Loves You by the Beatles, and Like Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan. The other sound bites are often dismissed as filler in between the songs featured on this radio, and the most likely are the attempt to drive away those who may have found the radio station accidentally. The reasons for this station's existence is yet unconfirmed, but it is commonly believed that the station is meant found in the specific individuals who happen to be in the areas where the frequency is available. It is speculated that the source of the broadcast is located somewhere between the cities of Los Angeles, California, Salt Lake City, Utah, Phoenix, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada, as the frequency is only be able to access within the range of those cities. Many have stated that the station is abandoned radio frequency in which had happened which is left turned on, and this is in fact automated. However, many radio hosts and experts in the field of depicturing code have stated the algorithm as complex in which is being broadcast is simply not possible, and would have to be operated manually by a living individual. The repeated numbers have been found yet be more puzzling, almost 100% of the time. Listeners found that the series of numbers linked perfectly with their current car's model number coordinates with the vehicle's malfunctioning, and even the range of years that the car had been owned by a listener. For instance, Franklin Peters had owned his 2001 Pontiac Aztek and has owned from years 2003 to 2007. Smith stated that they had to replace their stereo in 2006 because their original was stolen from their vehicle. On July 13, 2007, Franklin Peters was killed in a hit-and-run incident. The suspect's vehicle was a green 1972 Ford Maverick, and it has been involved in several identical incidents afterwards. All instances involved with this individual, who had access to the radio station, to have been hit as they were walking across a four-way intersection when a aforementioned suspect's vehicle ran the red light and killed the individuals who accessed the station. The suspect also seemed to have no issue with the collateral damage. Eyewitness reports claim to have seen the license plate number only being 4 digits, 4461, a plate number not registered to anyone in the United States. The companies responsible for making this stereo, CO.AG, was denied any and all claims of their knowledge to the stereo's abilities to access the stations. 14 total people have claimed to have accessed this radio station, and since Franklin Peters' case in 2007, 17 people have been killed in the 14 identical cases in the first. Efforts to track down the frequency have proven to be fruitless, as the source has been found to move quite frequently. The radio station has been reported dead as of 2013. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.